Hello everyone, today we are going to learn lesson 9, A Bicycle in Good Repair, written by Jerome K. Jerome. Okay, this is a very humorous story and I think you will love it, and I want you to read the story 2 or 3 times. Okay, if you wish to go on a long bicycle ride, the bicycle should be in good condition. If possible, an expert mechanic should overhaul it. That means an expert should repair or renovate it. But what happens if the machine has a will of its own and the mechanic knows next to nothing? So this is, like I said before, a humorous story. And before we get into the story, I want to tell you something. What must we learn? What will I learn from this lesson? What will I learn in this lesson? The moral, let's say the moral of the story is that you should learn to say no to people who may be unknowingly or unwittingly hurting you. Okay? We must learn to say no to people who may be unwittingly hurting us. So the characters there are only 2 important characters: the author and the author's cyclist friend. So the author and his newfound cyclist friend decide to go for a bicycle ride, but on the appointed day, he first offers to repair the author's bicycle. That means the friend offers to repair the author's bicycle, and the rest goes bitterly downhill. So I'll give you a very short explanation of the story. The narrator, that is the author, one evening accepted his friend's proposal to go for a long bicycle ride on the following day. He got up early and started waiting for his friend, and his friend came half an hour late. He examined the narrator's bicycle. He shook the front wheel with force. He didn't heed the narrator's request not to hurt the machine, so he did not listen to his friend at all. He declared himself like he thought of himself as a mechanic, an expert mechanic. Okay, the friend declared that the front wheel was unsteady and it could prove dangerous. He asked for a hammer. He took the front wheel off the fork and held it between his legs. He found fault with the bearings. He set about repairing the machine. He set about repairing the cycle. He unscrewed it and the little iron balls rolled away. They collected some 16 of them, so the narrator put them for safety in his head. Next, the friend handled the chain. He took off the gear case. He claimed to know all about a bicycle. He removed the gearbox but lost the screws. The narrator was too weak to check the friend from doing further mischief, so the friend, he did not want to hurt his friend's feelings. So the friend went ahead. He tightened the chain till it would not move. Then he made it very loose. He finally decided to fix the front wheel in place. The narrator then changed places with him and put the wheel in tight position. He laughed and admitted that he was a loser. The reason was that they had forgotten to put the iron balls in place. The narrator looked for his hat in which he had put the balls safely, but the hat lay upturned and the balls were scattered. They could find only 11, okay, out of the 16, around 16 of them. They found only they could find only 11. They fixed 6 on one side and 5 on the other, and half an hour later the wheel was put in its place again, but it wobbled even then. The narrator was impressed not so much by his friend's skill at repairing the bicycle as by his confidence in himself and his hopeful attitude. The friend got encouraged. Then he said to refix the gearbox. He put the bicycle in different places and positions for the job. He lost his balance and hurt himself on the head. Then he lost his temper and tried to punish the bicycle. It was a sort of a fight between man and machine. The tough bicycle showed spirit. It freed itself at 1:15. The man thought that the work was done. He himself was dirty and bleeding. He cleaned himself, and the narrator then sent him home. It was difficult to decide who had suffered more, the friend or the bicycle. So I want you to copy word meaning and question and answer in your notebook, and I want you to learn them as well. Yes, that is all for today. Thank you.